You know, it's just fun to drive an old pile, I guess. Just see what something old stock will do. We get so used to driving modified vehicles and all the high-tech new stuff. It's just fun to kind of go back to the basics.
I love that all these people come together and you know, like to experience this this bit of history. You know, we all bring the vintage rigs together. We try to bring the vintage equipment, the camp stoves. Some people are way more into it and wear the vintage clothes and things like that.
I come to the Relic Run every year because it's great camaraderie with a lot of friends that enjoy old vintage vehicles, old vintage stoves and lanterns. We have a good time as a bunch of hobbyists that lived back in the 60s and 70s.
Well, I love just seeing how creative people get each year. They raise the bar. People spend the whole year scouring yard sales and thrift stores for neat old camping gear. It's fun to see what everyone shows up and just have a fun, simple camping weekend, free distractions.
You know, it started in a parking lot with me, Kurt Williams, and a guy named Mike Slade. Talked about that'd be great to get these vintage rigs out on the trail, and wouldn't it be cool to have only vintage rigs?
It's just fun getting all the old vehicles out here every once in a while. You know, we get something new. There's obviously a lot of Land Cruisers. This is our 4th year with this one. Our first year we did with the FJ55, but it's nice to see like some of the old diesel stuff and like the Range Rovers, and every once in a while we get a Jeep too.
This is my 1972 Toyota FJ40, and it's probably a little modified to be at the Relic Run, but I bring it every year. It's been here all 5 years. One of these years I'll bring something a little more stock, but I found it in a field in South Jordan. It actually belonged to kind of a distant relative of mine, and my dad and I went and picked it up when I was 15, and I've had it since, so I've had it for about 17 years now. Oh, I love the old tactile feel of everything. You got big knobs, you know, no buttons. You got a big steering wheel, big gear shift knob. Everything's real. It's kind of pure and honest. You know, everything's just right there.
So, like I said, it was originally from Australia. I don't know exactly how it got into the U.S., but so it's right-hand drive, so it's kind of fun to drive. I've had it for 3 years now, and somebody local was selling it, and I saw it and couldn't help myself, and I bought it, and it's driven great pretty much since I have taken ownership of it. Other than buying new tires and doing a few things here and there on it mechanically, it runs great, and it's fun to drive.
Old vehicles, you hear them, you smell them. You know, they make noises. They're not quiet or necessarily comfortable at all. They're just kind of fun and easy to work on. You know, that's the way it goes. It's a simpler time. Well, I've had this Land Cruiser for almost 18 years. I got it just before I got married. We have driven to California to Pismo Beach 2 years in a row, and then to Disneyland, of course, towing the trailer in the FJ40. It does pretty well. You know, we do a lot of traveling in it. I just wish it got a little better gas mileage.
The reason I like driving my Relic vehicle is because my grandpa drove it since pretty much it was brand new, and all my cousins learned to drive in it, my sisters did, and I get to drive it just like them, so it's kind of the family connection for me.
My daughter pretty much grew up in this thing. We went out every weekend, always out in the desert, enjoying ourselves. We went camping, four-wheeling. It's just been a lot of fun to go out and enjoy ourselves. It's got good memories to it.
I grew up with all these old vehicles, and now we have all this high-tech stuff. I remember going up Parley's Canyon where vehicles would be pulled over on the side of the road overheating and all that stuff, and you know, when we went camping, that's what we had. And now, you know, kids wonder, well, I can't do it with an 800 horsepower turbo diesel whatever. And so well, actually you can. You just, you know, it worked for a long time, and so it's just kind of fun to get back to the roots.